Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at perhaps one of my favorite battleships, the German Tier 9 premium ship Pommern. So, quick look at the matchmaking. We're top tier, just a couple of Tier 7s, Tier 8s and Tier 9s. The enemy have a good division of Iowa and Tashkent. They're going to cause quite a bit of trouble. This Cossack doesn't seem to be running reliability experts. But let's see how we go. So, quick introduction to the Pommen. The Pommen is a Friedrich der Grosse, which instead of the 420 or 406mm guns, you get 12 Bismarck guns at a rather horrible 1.5 Sigma, 33 seconds reload. You get a similar secondaries suite to the Friedrich, but you get slightly better firing angles, I believe. You get hydro, like the Friedrich, but you also get torpedoes, like the Torpedoes. What we get here is perhaps one of the best brawler in the game. You have hydro, like the Bismarck does. You get torpedoes, like the Torpedoes does. You get the best secondaries and the best secondary angles, I believe, of all German BBs. The guns are a little bit disappointing. I build this ship 100% for the secondaries. Secondary upgrade instead of aiming mod 1, secondary reload in the 6th slot. So the guns can be a bit inconsistent, but if you kind of choose what you want to shoot at, you can make them work. You just don't want to really rely on them. You shoot and you can't expect good results. You can just expect some damage. Don't bank on them doing damage. So, let's have a look. We're going to go around B cap. I'm not going to enter the cap. I can't go to A at this stage because I only have there's no cover, and I'm playing the IFHE build, so my concealment is 15.1. I'm spotted almost instantly once I get close to the caps. So we're just going to chill around those islands at B. See, I'm already spotted, and I'm pinging potential locations. Now, just some quick comments on the armor scheme of the Pommen. The armor is extraordinarily thick. You have a pretty thick belt. You have a thick upper belt. Again, like other Russian and German BBs, you don't have a thin upper belt, which helps you against HE spam. And when I say upper belt, I mean the section between the waterline and the actual deck of the ship. In American and British ships, it's often 32 or 38 millimeters. In the Americans, 32, Thunder and Conqueror. So that means if HE shells hit that, they get instant penetration damage. But if you shoot them with AP there, you're going to get overpens. This ship, I believe, has a thick section there. I can't quite remember. It's 150 or 80, but it's quite thick. So if AP shells hit you, they just simply arm. You get full penetrations. They can shoot you for 8 hits, 8 penetrations. No citadels, but consistent 20 or 30k salvos can really hurt this ship. So that's something to look out for. But with appropriate angling, almost everything is going to bounce off you. The deck is 50 millimeters, 80 millimeters in some places. It's just monstrously thick. All you've got to look out for is you give them a flat broadside, you're going to take penetrations, and you have this large superstructure, which you also should look out for. So I can see that that division is probably going to come to A. I don't want to blunder straight into A. I find with this ship and most German BBs in general, I try to pace myself. I'm only running 4 heals, so that's very good for us. I only run 4 heals, and you tend to take a lot of penetration damage, so damage versus damage received is quite steady and high. So you need to pace yourself. If you overextend, you're going to go down really quickly. What I'm planning to do is kind of sit behind this island. It's, I think, D5-ish, this island in front of us. I don't know what the Alaska is doing there at that angle. and kind of punish the ships that enter A. Our secondary should cover all of A cap, and we'll see what will happen. There's no CV to flush us out. We have a lot of ships on C, so we should be able to take C, maybe B, and then defend. Now, there's the Bismarck. Now I'm aiming for big flat targets. I'm just aiming for the side of the Bismarck. That's hard to miss, even with 1.5 Sigma. Let's see. There's a juicy 10k salvo, which is pretty good. If you do that twice a minute, you're laughing. That's good damage from your main battery. And remember, the main guns on the ship are the secondaries, and not the main battery. There's Tashkent. Bismarck is still coming towards us. I'm trying to use this island to protect us. At the moment I can't shoot over it. The best angles for both the secondaries and the main battery are to the back. The secondaries have great angles, both front and back, but the guns shoot better towards the back. So what I'm planning to do is just kind of dance around here a little bit. Hopefully I can go dark at some stage, or they aim at a different ship. Completely missed that Iowa, it was bad. See, just a couple of salvos and we've lost 20k, a quarter of our life. You really need to be careful with the damage you take. I want to turn my stern towards them and just move back and forth, firing behind me, so I have perfect control of the engagement range. Again, the side of the Bismarck, a big target. You just want some damage from the main guns. Until it's time for secondaries and torpedoes. It's 5 penetrations, I guess around another 10k. That's your aim. Shoot at big targets. Don't go for a jinking cruiser or a bowing cruiser or a bowing BB. You're just not going to hit us. It's a waste of time. So here we can see they are pushing A. I want my Cossack and my Alaska to just disengage. And when we abandon a flank like this, you don't just run away and give them the flank, so they rush into B and outflank our team on C. No, you slowly give them ground, but you kind of try and hold them. You pin them on the cap they've just taken.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Torpedoes is low, Targo's taking some damage, Rune is low. We'll see what we can do. Again, opportunistic shots. Guns are not reliable, just try and get some damage anywhere you can. Kitagaze seems to be moving into C. It's good news. Now, once we get behind this island, our secondaries can shoot at anything. We'll keep a very narrow profile, or as narrow as Pommen's profile can be. There's the Seattle. With IFHE, we penetrate pretty much every part of all of these ships. Now, I'm going to try and kill the Seattle. It's easier to kill than these BBs. It has good DPM. It's the ship that should be shot first. Flat broadside at the waterline. It's 6 shells. Let's see. 6k. It's okay. It could have been better, but at 1.5 Sigma you can't be too demanding. Now I immediately switch to the DD for the secondaries. The secondaries can get pretty cheap damage on DDs. So now he's too far at that range, he's kind of jinking our shots. I switch to BB. There's the Seattle. Now, just some comments here. Notice the angle of the Seattle. Our secondaries can't really hit him, they're only just switched. Secondaries were previously on the other ship, I believe it was the Iowa, but we are firing our main guns. You generally don't want to fire your rear guns at the same ship as the secondaries are firing, so you can get extra damage. You can inflict more damage on the ship, and it also kind of helps you avoid the pitfall of opening too much, your angles too much, and taking penetrations again into your side or into your superstructure. Even when rear facing, you have to be really careful. I hope for a good shot there. Not so good, but as you can see, I'm retreating. I dealt some damage, I took some damage. You need to pace yourself. We've got good damage here. It's 6 ships here. If I overextend, I'm going to be dead in seconds. So, as you can see, even at this very fine angle, I believe that's 1 or 2 secondary guns can fire at the Duke of York. and I'm focusing him with my main battery. I can overmatch almost every part of the ship. See what we can do. Again, not so much, but any damage they inflict is a bonus. We're in a very good position here. Our team has taken C, we are moving into B, and we are one ship ahead. All I need to do is hold these ships on A. They need to stay trapped here so our team can come around. So we've gone dark. This island is protecting us. The cyclone has just begun. See, I'm using the island to reduce the amount of enemies that can shoot at me. You need to be, again, really careful. The ship can deal a lot of damage in a very short amount of time, but if you're ganked, you're going to go down really quick. There we go, another 10k salvo on the Bismarck. I'm retreating, he completely missed. Now, at this stage, we can see we've got C, we're moving into B, and the cyclone is beginning. They are going to push eventually. So I don't want to be caught out and focused down. There are several enemy ships. They will kill me quite quickly. So here we are moving ahead, so we just aren't caught out. We want some distance. You don't want to get too close in the Pommern unless you want to torpedo them. At this stage, it's too early to go for torpedoes, so we take our time. That's a juicy target. Duke of York is easy to damage for us. Now, just look at that salvo. At this angle, he connected for 10k in your superstructure, in my superstructure. That's just something to be aware of, just how much damage you can take. I was perfectly angled. I cannot be any more angled. The superstructure is unfortunately going to yield very good damage to your opponents. We reply with 20k. The guns decided to go where I aimed. No problems. Now you've got 11.5 kilometers range on your secondaries, I believe. There's no need to get close. You just want your secondaries to fire. They're just as lethal at 11.5 or 11 kilometers as they are at like 8. So I'm spotted. No longer spotted. So there's something on the limits of our spotting range. Now they are going to come past this island. I'm just waiting here. I've got some distance to withdraw. Perfectly angled and a heel coming up. No need to rush. Just biding our time. And here comes the Iowa. Let's see. I'm slowly increasing the range. I think it's going to come around the curve here. Now we have our torpedoes. He's going to be kind of preemptive torpedoes. He's a good player, so I don't expect him to come rushing in. So I'm going to kind of fire in the middle of the possible positions. He's probably going to slow down. He certainly knows I have torpedoes. So I kind of went for a half measure. There's a tasty salvo in the New Orleans. Now as there are 2 ships coming towards us and another 2 coming behind them, I'm trying to beat a hasty retreat. No need to rush in. And we get 2 torpedoes on the Iowa. It was a very nice shot. Now, see those torpedoes? The Tashkent is coming wide, so I can't retreat that way. Wow, I even triggered Luchen's reconnaissance ability. It's a small 3k heal, I believe. Every little bit helps. Now, once again, I immediately switch to Tashkent. If you can damage DDs with secondaries, you may as well do that. Now, somewhere here I'm going to unfortunately commit a mistake that's going to doom my ship. But as you can see, we've already done very well with 130k secondaries, torpedoes, main guns. The ship is a beast. You can damage ships with every weapon system. Just need to bide your time and keep your ship alive. I'm aiming to get into B, because I have a feeling they're pushing in there. I think we can see the Donskoy. I don't want my Cossack to engage, that's for sure. The Tashkent will rip him to pieces. And now this Iowa's caught me unawares. I did not expect him to push. And he's caught his broadside. And in a good clan, he's a good shot. Let's see how much damage he gets. That was 22k. and broadside. It was as if you got 2 citadels. So the protection offered by our thick armor in these situations is quite illusory. They're going to get good damage, so you've got to watch for that. Here, unfortunately, I'm going to make the mistake of running aground. The Iowa caught me unawares, so unfortunately I'm going to get stuck here. And you're going to see very quickly how, if shells consistently hit you from more than one ship, how quickly the ship can go down. So Iowa dodged our tops. So I'm going to make the same mistake twice. So I'm just going to try and sell my ship as dearly as possible. It would have been much better if I had retreated further to the south, but you can do 12 right decisions, just one wrong decision will doom your ship. If you're a good player, sadly that one mistake might almost cost you the game. Or cost you the game, definitely. So there's a New Orleans. Again, shoot smaller ships. Flat broadside, down he goes.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Now see how we're taking fire. We're getting good damage, but somewhere here we're pretty much doomed. So maybe just one more salvo into this Iowa. Come on, give me the salvo. No, sadly. That was a salvo from the Bismarck, and down we go. So, let's have a look at the battle and the ship. Now, the good news is we do win this battle. I did not expect us to win. I felt very bad the entire day due to this misplay. I could have gotten very, very good damage. But it just goes to show that if you want to do well and carry a game, you cannot make a single mistake. I had how many decisions this game? Maybe 8, 10 decisions. All were correct, and the last one was wrong, and I lost my ship. So you can see we're 2 ships down. I could have probably taken both the Bismarck and the Iowa, maybe the Duke of York. If I had just played with the distance and used my secondaries, I could have taken at least one of the BBs with me. But eventually we just win on points. We take all 3 caps, and the enemy team can't overturn our point advantage fast enough. So, my opinion on the ship, I really like the Pommen. It's the perfect brawler. It's a blast to play. I had a lot of fun in this game. Just watch out for the amount of damage you're taking. As you saw, if the enemy aims nicely for the superstructure, they're going to take 10k off you. If they catch your side and they have good BB guns like that Iowa, they're going to take 20k off you. You're going to go down really, really quickly. But you have excellent secondaries angles. Many times you can be on a very fine angle, maybe shoot 1 or 2 secondary guns and the respective 2 forward or 2 rear turrets, and you can get very good damage. And you don't need to show any more broadside. And you can rush them, or they rush you, and you can torpedo them with a very good torpedo angles. So that's my overall opinion on the ship. Great fun. Get it while you can. It's possible that it's going to be nerfed by the new Commander rework. I hope it's not as bad as people are saying it is. I think you're going to lose roughly 30% of your DPM, and you're going to gain a little bit of range. We'll see what happens. The build is in the comments. Full secondaries plus IFHE. Lucian's also makes the ship appreciably better, as you saw. I triggered 2 of his skills, and I think that's about everything. I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.